welcome back to the I Don't Have Time to Work podcast. You're with Luke. This week we spoke to Shray, aka Grim. He is a digital marketing specialist. He's from New Delhi, so that's pretty cool. We also spoke to Nick on the Sunday session on Instagram, so we decided to include his chat into the podcast this week. We thought that there was a lot of value that he gave. I really enjoyed talking to both of these cats. It was really cool. Happy to join. Happy to bring all this stuff to you. It's been really fun editing and things like that. I also went on a bit of a road trip for those people that are actually watching this instead of listening to this. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun putting it all together. First up, we've got Shray. He's the COO of The Advice. Cool. So thank you very much for joining us on the I Don't Have Time to Work podcast. I'm glad that
pleasure of mine to have you on board, because having you is like after the video I can say that yes, I was waiting for this one.
That's good. Yeah, we it took us a little while to get involved, but like it's good that we're here now. First question. Well, first, I guess give us an introduction to who you are and what you do.
My name is Shray Bharadwaj, and usually people call me Grim. That's just because of my stage name. Earlier, I was a DJ for around 8 to 10 years. And beside that, I just started as an entrepreneur. I started giving up ways to restaurants and clubs that how they can, make the hospitality industry more valuable for people. Because usually it happens, while people are making money, they forget about the clients. So to cover up that thing, you have to just give them the ideas, because all of a sudden, even if they know this thing that in the start that they are going the right path, but eventually when the money starts rolling in, people forget about the important factors, right?
Yeah.
So that's what happens all the time. So recently I started my own digital marketing agency that is like 2.5 years back. So I decided to jump in fully into it, as well as do my gigs side by side. So I'm hustling kind of a bit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And that's who we like to talk to. We like to talk to hustlers and entrepreneurs and things like that. So how did you get your marketing agency started? What was the first step for you?
The first step, exactly, it was it's a story I would like to share. There was a club, all right, and they called me in, and they hired me for a certain specialty of mine, that is to close the club onto the level where they will be equivalent. All right. Okay. What happens usually that people don't have enough of the knowledge, and they open up a club. It is kind of a hierarchy in India that people don't know.
You've just
and the name. So they called me in and they said, "All right, Grim, there is a problem going on, and we are not capable enough to make enough of the money, and now everything is going from the pocket." So I told them, "All right, I'll go for like 3 months and just make a contract. Like I'll charge you like $1,500 for 3 months, and let's just go for it." So when I joined in, I saw there are lots of deformities were going on. Like people wasn't even aware of the social media, and eventually you can think about it. A club is running, and they are not even having the Facebook page. How they will going to contact the people, how they will going to be in touch with them. So it was already like walk-in is coming in, and by walk-in they are just like day to day they are earning things. So I gave them the way, like you can go like this and this, and they gave me the idea, like you are just like a one-man army, why don't you just go ahead and start this business? So that clicked into my mind, because I've already done MBA, so quite a good grades I got over there. So I decided, why not just go ahead and serve the people, because that is my specialty. Somehow I am capable to do it.
Awesome.
That's how exactly I.
That's a really cool story. I love to hear things like that. Now I noticed that you've been doing vlogging. What's kind of gotten you into the vlogging world? Like, is there been like someone that you've seen that you wanted to like, you're like, oh, I could do that? Or is it just like you want to show more of your life?
So it was kind of a challenge, you can say, because, in India, it is not so, easy to become a vlogger. Because if you are vlogging, people will give you that, look, because in India, it is not acceptable. that you are talking to the camera. So eventually people will gonna come up with, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, hi, are you on somewhere like you journalist or something? That kind of stuff. So to cover up that thing, I was having a fear not to face the camera. Even I'm having the camera. I'm 31, by the way, but eventually, when you are from India, everything got late over here. So the hierarchy was this, that I have to learn each and everything by myself. So back in the time, I was good on Google. I was good on SEO, personal branding, and all that stuff. But still, I wasn't aware, or I wasn't not that much into vlogging. So I took the challenge. I made another ID of mine on Instagram so that I can start doing it. And I took the challenge. Now it is easy. I can talk to you. Back in the time, it was really hard to even talk to someone like this. And even onto your webcam, you cannot talk to people because it is somehow the hierarchy, somehow the social environment, it doesn't give you that chance to do it. So I finally took the decision to break the code and just go ahead and do it.
That's it. That's awesome. I'm also 31 and I live in like a country town in New South Wales in Australia. So when I'm walking around with my camera, like, I've got my camera with me and like I'm talking to myself and people are like, what is this kid doing? What is this dude doing? Like, he's just talking to himself with a camera. But, you've got to step outside of your comfort zones to get these things done.
You have to step out of your comfort zone, first of all. That's the hardest part, It is not easy to step out of your comfort zone. It is really, really comfy to be using the phone with both hands and not to use the camera. But when you start talking in front of it, eventually all the script goes in. And you just get like
100%. You're like, okay, I'm going to say this, and this. And then the camera comes on and you're like, oh, I completely forgot everything.
It happens.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful how we can cope up with the technology and how we can spread our message. We just need to understand one basic thing, because I'm kind of a radio guy who came towards the TV and now on this box. So for me, it is like one of the method I can spread myself. That was not so easy back in the days. If I was an artist, it was really hard to put out the music. It was really hard to even approach the local radio stations and give them your stuff, and they'll play it. They're gonna say, all right, we can, but you have to come up and we will conduct an interview. Now when it comes for the interview and you have the mic in front of you, again you go blank.
Yeah, absolutely. The distribution of things these days is a lot different. I'm a musician, I'm in a band. I know what it's like you can just literally record something and then just put it out there. And it's the same with this kind of stuff. You talk to your friends, you start Instagram pages, you start YouTube pages, and then everyone has everything available for you, It's right
exactly
there.
Now it is like everything is in your hand, and it is easy to flip up the things, right? You can flip even a piece of information. You can flip up about your life. You can flip up about what is your cause. Everything is available there, right? You just need to be aware of the stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. And I believe that, and I'm not sure if you'll agree with me on this, but I believe that the only person that ever stops you from doing something is yourself.
Obviously, you cannot, the only limit a human is having, it is himself, that, stopping, and the mind plays the biggest game, because, our mind is, made of such a material that it will try to protect you from whichever you haven't saw, like if you are deciding to go onto, jumping off a cliff. So obviously your mind will gonna be start ringing up. You will gonna die. And eventually when you jump off and you are alive, then your mind convinced that, all right, this was exciting. I can do it again. Like the kids do, right? They go above and they come out of the swings and okay, I can go for it because it is exciting. So people don't understand, are not able to differentiate between the excitement and the mind. So they come up with the mindset first. And it happens with all of my clients. Like if I tell my clients like, all right, I wasn't doing this, but now I'm doing the vlogging. So you have to do it as well. Because I actually believe that marketing is all about pushing yourself out. It is not about the followers. It is not about the likes. It is not about how many people are following you. It is not about how many impressions you are getting, but it is about the message. It should be there as in documentation, so that even if tomorrow you are having a client, they will be able to watch it and they will be able to convince themselves with the same stuff. So that is what people are not able to understand. So I actually spent last night doing this only. I was just making the guy, his name is Mark. So I was telling Mark, like, all right, guy, just be calm. It is not a big deal. You can do it because I am able to do it. I was so scared of the camera that I walk away from it. Now I'm doing it. So eventually you can do it as well. Because if I can do it, yes, you can do it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Troy, my other half of this project, he was very nervous about the camera at first, and I was a bit nervous about the camera. And now we're like this. You'll be on our 10th episode, and like it's like second nature to us. Like we've been doing it for years. It's completely like, yeah, and we love doing it. We love learning from people like yourself, and I have a few more questions. So, V Advice, that's your digital marketing platform, is that right? So how does that platform work for you? Is it just you yourself, or do you have a team? How far have you gotten through it?
Currently, we are like 3 guys on the top, and we are already having 26 people who are working for us. It wasn't really hard to find appropriate people because there is talent, enormous talent out there. If you choose right people and if you give them the right directions, they can do miracles. It is really hard to believe, because when we started, we didn't even know that, are we going to able to just generate one sale? And right now we are almost like 118 plus brands we have already made. So that is like, everything is achievable. You just need to be consistent and you just need to be passionate about the thing, right?
Yeah, I completely agree. It's amazing. And one of the reasons that we did reach out to you is because everything that you were saying, like when you were commenting on our stuff and when we were seeing your posts on Instagram, it resonated like exactly with the message that we're trying to like provide for our community as well. We don't have a service that we offer at the moment or anything like that. We're not sure if we're going to do that, but we're happy to just be a part of a community of people who are creators and artists and things like that. And it's very powerful. It's also awesome to see people on the other side of the world who are doing the same thing and believing in the same hustle. I have one more question for you, Grim. Once again, thank you very much for joining us on the I Don't Have Time to Work podcast. I ask this question of everyone that we get on here. Can you give our listeners one piece of advice for them to get off their ass and do that project that they need to do?
All right. The one biggest advice, you can say it is a rant. Basically, it is said in the entertainment industry itself. This is fake it till you make it, right? I believe faith it till you make it. You just need to faith on it. You just need to put yourself onto it. Don't fake it, because now it is easily catchable. Anyone can catch you that you are faking it, right?
Yeah.
So faith on it, have faith on yourself. Do your chores every day. Feel like you are doing. If you don't feel like doing it, just leave it for a while. Don't push yourself, because you are achieving financial freedom, not financial assessment, right? You are not assessing the money to come to you. You are giving it the freedom so that whenever it comes up in a great bundle. It can give you the abundance, right?
Wow. That was perfect, dude. Thank you so much for being a part of the I Don't Have Time to Work podcast. It's so great having you a part of our community. And we will definitely.
You can say that, I was more excited to have a word with you on board, as well as to your listeners and to my listeners. They should know that, everything is achievable. Nothing is stopping you. It is just you, which is, making the boundaries for yourself, making the limitations. I see people cribbing every day to me, give me just something like, a strategy which can work in a day or so. So I tell them one thing: I wasn't able to make whatever is there in one day. Then how can I tell you that, you can do it in one day?
Yeah, it never comes quick, and there's never shortcuts. Grim, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Ciao, bro. Have a great day. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
All right. That was a really, really cool chat. Next up, we got Nick. He's a part of the I Don't Have Time to Work podcast, but because he was on the Sunday session, we thought we would include a bit of a chat from him. He had some really, really cool points on burnout and working yourself too hard, and also just trying things for the first time and just getting out there and you know, making it happen instead of just sitting on your hands, which is really, really cool. So here he is, Nick.
So how you been?
Good, man. Yeah, really busy. Just working on a project right now, actually, working some videos for my boy Nathan. But yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you really have kind of like delved into like the whole vlogging and video and like editing and filming and things like that. Tell us kind of like how you've gotten into that, and is that like just like your passion? That's what you want to like kind of steamroll towards?
Yeah, dude. Only recently I've kind of been like going in balls deep with it, pretty much. Yeah, so probably like I've been on and off like filming for like 2 years now, like trying to do my own thing, being pretty inspired like by Casey Neistat and all that. And then only recently I've been given an opportunity to kind of do it more full time, and more filming for other people rather than filming myself. And you know me, like I love movies, I love creating, I love like TV shows, I love anything to do with like media and like, you know, storytelling and stuff like that. So this is one of the best form of storytelling anyways, is creating videos and creating movies, creating vlogs or whatever you want to create through with the camera.
Yeah, dude. Like since getting this new computer, my like whole game's opened up. I'm still using iMovie because I'm still like, I opened Premiere Pro the other day and I was like, that's just too much for me. Like at first, it was like really daunting and really, really overwhelming.
It's really intimidating.
Yeah, I'm excited to like, I'm excited to kind of learn about it.
Like I'll show you something really like when I first looked at it, I'm like, this is crazy, but I'll show you something right now that I've worked on. I'm working on this project, been doing it all night. Look at all those little channels that I'm working on there. Just for this gentleman, you know? Handsome man.
Yeah.
All these channels, audio, and like, I never thought that I could fucking do that.
Yeah.
And now I'm here, like, you know, 6 months in, doing it pretty much full time, as much as I can, plus barbering, and I'm doing this, which is sick.
Yeah. The special case is my kid has the same water bottle. This is actually my wife's water bottle. I stole it off her because it's like easy to drink from, because I'm like an animal and I spill everything everywhere. So yeah, man, it's really cool. You know, I'm working on the new episode that will actually come out tomorrow night. It's going to include some of our chat today, and I've started like kind of more vlogging, so like filming what we're doing and things like that, and going like when we go places and things, and kind of creating more of a narrative as opposed to just like interviews and things like that.
Yeah, storytelling.
When it comes, yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on. How important is storytelling to you within you, like whatever project you're doing?
Storytelling is key. If you don't have a story, if you don't have, what's the point of the content? You know what I mean? Like you can have, I've always looked at it this way, like, you know, you can always improve in quality, you can always improve like in the gear that you have or whatever like that. But if you haven't got the story there or the, you know, the main piece of content that you want to film, there's no point of having it up there because people aren't going to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why I find that like a lot of videos that go viral, they're not very, the quality is not that good, but the content or the story or whatever's being told is so on key that people relate to it so much.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing, like so many people, like they get caught up, and I do it as well. I get caught up in like the technology that I'm using. I'm like, oh, I've only got an iPhone. But the thing is, like I filmed some stuff on my iPhone yesterday that came out better than the D5000 or whatever the fuck this thing is. And like, you know what I mean? Like I can have all the technology I want, but like sometimes it's just that you just pull the iPhone out and you're filming it. And as long as you get your story and get your narrative out there, then that's all that matters.
Exactly right, 100%. And with that as well, like I also get I think I need to get some glasses. Makes you look so much smarter. You look smarter, but I'm not that much smarter.
I only wear glasses so then you can't see how like sunken my eyes are, because I'm just always tired from working. Yeah, that's right.
As I was saying, like like with gear and stuff like that, for anyone that's creating content, like as I said, I've only been doing this pretty much like, you know, full time for the past like six months. Gear is like, you know, just Casey Neistat explains it the best. Use whatever is at your best disposal. Like, use whatever. Use your phone. Use a just like, you know, a point and shoot or whatever like that, or anything. Don't let it discourage you to create stuff because you haven't got like a fucking $9,000 4K camera or some shit with gimbals and drones and stuff like that. That shit will come. Like, you know, I didn't think I would be able to get the gear that I have now, but it's slowly just come. It's come from creating footage with what I've got and then made some money from it to then pay for that or, you know, sacrifice something for something. So like, yeah. And it's definitely I still like deal with now is feeling a bit like, oh fuck, I wish I had more gear to be a bit better quality, but at the same time it's like, I've still got to prove in that story, you know?
Yeah. I think tired from working. Are you for real? You don't work, my guy. The boy below work, not you. Thanks, massive wankers. Speaking of
wankers, you are
he's the best.
Seriously friggin' legend.
He's the best.
You are a legend.
So I've been using the D5300 for most of my filming. It's just the entry level Nikon. I was able to borrow a Canon 700D, and I was like, everything in my mind was all like, oh, I've got to get a Canon, and then I used it yesterday, and the battery died in like 2 hours, and it was like, that's it, you know what I mean? So there's like, you know, whenever you think there's like, the grass is greener on the other side, and then you get there, and then you realize that there's like issues with it, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly
whatever
right.
you've got. Yeah.
Whatever you got and whatever you're used to, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy the Canon. I got a Canon 77D. Like, it's not like incredible, but it gets the job done. I bought an extra battery because I knew that I was going to be filming a lot, and you know that does help as well. But you know, you just adapt to what you've got.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were talking about you were working with this guy Nathan. How did that come about?
Dude. So one thing I learned from Gary Vee is to connect over Instagram, connect just in general. And a while back ago, before I even started doing video and shit like that, I actually messaged my boy Nathan, and you know, I'm following what he's been doing for a long time. Like, if you haven't checked him out, is Nathan on Instagram. He's a freaking legend, dude. I can't speak highly enough about him. But anyway, I messaged him. I said, dude, I'm Nick, like I run like a little barbershop out of my garage. Come through, have a haircut, it's on the house. I love what you're doing. Like, I just want to give back to you. And then he came through. We got along really well. He's into the same kind of music as me, and he's just a legend of a dude. But yeah, as time went on, I started getting to filming, and I said, dude, if you ever keen for me just to come and film you, I'll just come film you. I don't even like, you know, have to like pay me. I just want to come do it for fun. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, that's cool. We get along quite well, so we did that, and then a little time went on, and you know, he started getting some ideas, creating some content for his business called Milestone. So as he was coming in, I was discussing with him, and then his business partner Lane came in. We were discussing as well, and then pretty much they just offered, saying, "Hey, do you want to just come grow with us, and you can film us and be our content creator for them?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll come do that shit for free." Like, you know what I mean? Like. You know, but they're lovely enough dudes to, you know, help me out a little bit here and there, and but I'd still do it for free. I even said to Nate today, like, man, I don't even give a fuck about the money. It's good dudes to hang out with. I'm doing something I'm passionate about. I'm around some good motivated dudes, and that's pretty much how it is. Like, I just messaged him on Instagram one day that I'm gonna get a haircut. And now I'm filming and we're hanging out.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. You mentioned about, like, you know, doing things for free. Do you think that, like, a lot of people get hung up on, like, the whole money thing? Like, putting that before everything else?
Fuck oath, man. It's a long game here. As much as Gary Vee says, it's the long game here. What the fuck does it matter if you do 6 months of free work to get experience, for starters, experience or exposure or content or whatever it is, for 6 months, and then for the rest of your life, like you can charge whatever the fuck you want, or you know, it might take you a year or 2 years or some shit. 2 years of your life, you know what I mean? Especially if you're a young dude, like 23, like myself. Like I could be still doing this for free and still barbering and having that main job or something like that. Get all that experience, and then you know, in 2 years, then I could have started charging. But like, you know, the money people will just pay you. The money can't. Like, you know what I mean? Just learn,
just kind of lines up.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, have you got any big projects that are coming up that you're working on at the moment? I know that you snuck into somewhere that maybe you weren't meant to go into. Has that video already come out?
Yeah. Check that out. That's on Nathan's Nathan's YouTube channel. We just snuck into a power station on the Central Coast here. Yeah, go check that out. It was pretty fun. There's a bit of vlog. I was discussing with Nathan about doing some more vlogs. Vlog kind of adventure style stuff soon. He is into more fitness. He's more into fashion as well, because he's a fashion model. So some really cool big stuff happening with him, which is really cool. And his business Milestone as well, but massive shit happening with them. So we're just building that slowly. We're not going to reveal heaps from now, but of course, but like, you know, if you go check their YouTube out, I'll be pretty much, I might be behind the lens, I'll be in front of the lens here and there if you want to see me, but you know, that is what I'm mainly working on the most. I've got some little side projects that I do have in the back of my head that like I really want to work on. I filmed a little one when I went down to the snow not too long ago, which is kind of on the back burner because I'm you know, pumping all this other content out, which is fine. You know, I'll get there, but yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah. So you still like the snow one? Was that a locations cut, or was that?
It was a bit of a spin on Casey Neistat's Just Do It. The one where he went around the world, we went like to 11 different countries and what was it, like 10 countries in 11 days or some shit. Yeah. Kind of pretty much like we went to the snow in 24 hours. So pretty much we left Sunday night and got back Monday night. And pretty much it's just about seizing the moment in life and just going out and fucking doing it. Like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, you know, like I messaged my mate Zach and I was like, dude, you want to go to the snow for a day? Like, he's like, yeah, bro, let's fucking do it. So we just went down there. We had like 4 hours sleep, snowboarded all day and drove back home that night. And we filmed the whole thing. And we shaved his head in the middle of the mountains. So.
That's fucking awesome. Zach's a really cool dude. Yeah, cool. That's fucking awesome, man. What else has been happening with you, man?
Just chilling, hanging at my wife's moved house. You know, trying to get a little bit fit. You know what I mean? Just trying to do everything. You know, trying to be a bit better each day. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay, so speaking of trying to do everything, how do you? And I don't know how you're going to answer this because. I don't know if any of these viewers or listeners know, but Nick's my brother. Like, he's my younger brother, so I know him quite well. How do you deal with burnout?
With burnout, well,
yeah.
You know what? I'm actually
and be honest.
I'm actually in it at the moment. Like, I'm like for the past 3 days, I've been a little bit depressed. I actually haven't been. I took Saturday off from work, hung out with my lady. Haven't been to the gym that much. I'm trying to get a little bit fitter, so like my training's been a bit off, and pretty much like I don't know like how I'm dealing with it. I'm a young dude, so it's kind of like I know that I'm gonna keep trying until I know what's gonna help me figure it out. I'm just taking it slow. That's all I'm doing is taking things slow, like taking things one bit at a time. Like, I'm happy to go fucking bang, bang, bang really fast, you know what I mean? But if I burn out, I know that it's time to take a step back and just kind of do one thing at a time. So. Yeah.
It's kind of like hard because everyone's got like different ways of dealing with it. Me personally, I take off like a day a week at least. And like when I say a day, I mean like at least 10 hours of that day, I'm just doing shit that I'm into metal and like I collect records and like I do like shit online with like music and stuff like that. Like that's my my chill out thing. So like I need to mentally do that to kind of like, it kind of like bookends me. So like it's like the start and finish kind of thing. So on like a Friday, I won't really touch any social media or touch any of this project, and I'll just do my own stuff. I think that works for me, but I don't know if that'll work for everyone, especially, you know, someone like you or even Troy. Both of you guys are wired very similar, and you kind of just keep going until you just kind of like.
It's just like, yeah, exactly right. Yeah. And that's exactly right. Like everyone's got their own little way of dealing with burning out, and you know, of course, I think it all revolves around taking a step back and like slowing down. That's I think that everyone can relate on that level. But yet again, everyone might be able to manage it better. I heard a really cool quote the other day. It's better to do it 70%, either 70 or 80% all the time, rather than 100% all the time, because then you're going to be more motivated and keeping continuous, like, you know, momentum, rather than going 100% of the time and you fucking just shit yourself, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, like you see it so often, like, and people, I think, like, people don't give themselves a break. Like, at least they, like, you know, I think a lot of people need to start being a little bit kinder with themselves and just be like, okay, you know, it is okay. Don't feel guilty. I know that you're trying to build a business, or you're trying to do this, or you're working and you're a single mother or single father or whatever it is, but like, it's okay to go, you know what, fuck, I need 10 minutes to myself, or I need a half a day to myself, or I need a week off. You know what I mean? It's very important because then you can kind of come back and you're back to, like, you know, you're 90 or to 100% level kind of thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. I totally agree there. Totally agree. It's you're allowed to have time off. You know what I mean? Like, it's the long game. It's like definitely. The more and more I put that in my head, it actually makes sense. It's the fucking long game.
Yeah, it's the big picture, man.
Nothing happens, like, you know. No one gives a fuck if you have a day off or 2 days off. Like, you get it done. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. Like, you know, that's why I'm saying to myself now, like, I could either get really upset with myself for saying, like, fuck, I'm wasting 2 days because I'm, like, not going to the gym or doing any, like, you know, editing or anything like that. Or I can go, no, it's fine. I'm going to have these 2 days off and just relax and then get back in it.
Yeah.
You know, rather than
100%. So, what about, like, with your learning, like the way that you learn how to, like, do all your filming and editing and things like that? Have you just learned everything by doing, or you watch a lot of YouTube tutorials, or you've just kind of like,
So pretty much, like, I'm a hands-on dude. It's kind of, you know, like, I'm a hands-on dude. I love to just, like, put myself in the deep end and just go, let's fucking figure this shit out. It's just so much fun for me. But yet again, everyone's so different. But yes, I always look for YouTube. YouTube's such an amazing platform, especially, like, for learning things from other dudes around the world. So yeah, going on YouTube, I learned a lot from a guy named Justin at D-Show, Peter McKinnon. Not so much from Casey Neistat, but I took inspiration from him. So I have learned how to edit from him, but I've learned how to storytell from him. And same for Dan Mace. Those dudes are pretty much the top, you know, 4 dudes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people put slack on, like, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, right? Like, I'm gonna say one thing right here, and it's not like to be supportive of them, because they do some stupid fucking shit.
Yeah.
Right? They're fucking idiots. But from a storytelling aspect, they know how to drive views. They know how to play with people's, like, feelings and emotions. That's what movies do. That's what movies do. That's what reality TV shows do. You know, like, right now, the fucking block's on, and we're watching it at dinner, and, like, they put dramatic little fucking things because, like, you know, they bought a fucking fiberglass bath rather than a stone bath, and they make it the worst thing in the world. It's like, you give the shit, you know?
Yeah.
But they dramatize it because it's what people love the most. So I used to watch Jake Paul a lot too, not because I enjoyed him, but I like to educate myself. Like, why do people enjoy this? Like, I always question, like, why do people enjoy this? I can see why people would enjoy it, because he created a little culture around, like, every single day that he posted, which is quite impressive. He works pretty hard, but, like, you know what I mean? He he did a TV show every single day. Like it was a different episode every single day, and I found that really impressive. He might not have been the most influential dude, but like, you know, shit like that, you know. So
Yeah.
So I, as you can probably see, I like to just watch people, what they do, and I like to dive in. That's pretty much how I learn. So
Yeah. You mentioned Peter McKinnon just before. He's become my new obsession. He's basically like, you know, I've seen him kind of come through with like Casey Neistat and things like that, and he seems to be like, you know, obviously I love Casey and I've been watching him for years, and you know, Dan Mace has come into the picture, and I love his filmmaking, but I love the fact that Peter McKinnon, he's like, this is how I do it, and I'm going to show you from shot to edit to upload. Like he shows you the entire process, which I think is incredibly powerful and incredibly valuable to like our community, you know, like the people like us who are just out here just trying, never been to film school or anything like that. Muscle Sisters has said, editing is a slow process, got to be passionate, doing good, guys, love the content, passion is the long game. That's very, very well said.
I totally agree with that, bro. 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
It can be to comment on that, editing is like, it is a slow process and it can fucking hurt sometimes, but
yeah,
tell you what, man, it's such a relief when you look back and you're like, fuck, that was sick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just created something, you know? Like, you created a story, like, you know? It's so
dude, the fucking best feeling in the whole world is like on the Sunday night or the Monday night when our episodes come out, and I just press that upload button on YouTube or like upload button on Anchor, wherever we're like dropping it. It's or even
you can't go back. You can't go back. I mean, you could take it down and re-edit and shit, but no, you know what I mean? Like, you put that out, and that's, you just improve from that. You know? It's little bricks. Each video is a little brick.
The amount of time it takes for YouTube to upload videos, there is no going back. There's just like, you just got to let it fucking happen. I also just enjoy the whole, like, the process of editing to me is like, you know, you film so much and you're like, okay, I've got 15 hours worth of footage, and then you turn it into a 10-minute video, and you're just like, okay, well, what am I going to do with the rest of this footage? You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I like it. I think it's like, I think it's, especially with YouTube and like Vimeo and all those kinds of platforms, I think it's the best kind of storytelling that we've got at the moment, you know? I'm not a huge fan of a lot of movies that are coming out these days, so I find a lot more of my entertainment comes from like vloggers and things like that. Do you feel the same about that?
Yeah, definitely. I now critique movies quite a lot now, especially because I've been editing a little bit. Like, it sounds really wankery, and like I can understand, but like, I'm just seeing things in a different perspective when I'm editing things. And of course, I'm not editing to a movie standard, like, fuck. But if I go to the movies, I'll just keep questioning myself, like, how do they, the color gradings on that's really cool. Like, I watched Fury the other day, and the color grading of the whole movie is just so spot on. It creates feeling, and like how they edit it, how they chop certain things, and like even the TV shows, like the block, like that's actually not a hard process to like chop certain things, but they've just got the shots right. So like, anyway, so pretty much like, so that's why, like, I agree with you there with YouTube. Like, you know, it's more entertainment there because you're seeing more creators like that don't get a shot at creating a, like, you know, a blockbuster movie, creating something online. That's actually fantastic. Actually, another thing as well, like, if anyone's watching this and interested in YouTubers that do like cinematography, there's a guy named Sam Calder. Sam Calder, Nathan showed me who he was. There's a couple of other dudes that do it really cool, but like Sam Calder, he's storytelling and color grading and just like videos are just fantastic. They're just like next level fucking. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? You know what I mean? I'll link you some there. I'll link you some there, Luke, and
that'd be really good, man.
You can have a look at it. Like, it's just one of the videos he did from like a desert to New York. Oh, it's fucked up. Anyway. I've got to be really careful with, like, you know, I get quite obsessed with things. Like, I got so obsessed with Casey Neistat, and I got so obsessed with Gary Vee, and it's happening now with Peter McKinnon. So like last Friday night, I was up until 4:00 in the morning just watching video after video of like, and not just like his stories, like his tutorials.
The dude can like literally B-roll like a hotel room and just like film books and film a window and just make it look like a blockbuster kind of film. It's just incredible.
That's what's so cool about it, man. Like it's creating, like editing and filming and stuff like that. It's endless. Like it's so endless. Like you can do anything with it. Anything you want to do. There's no limitations at all. That's why it's so cool to be a part of.
And the thing is, like, and I say this on a lot of our podcasts and things like that, like, if you've got an iPhone, which is literally what I'm shooting on, like I'm on at the moment, you can make a movie on iMovie. There's iMovie preloaded onto your phone. So if you've got an iPhone, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for jumping on. And we'll get you on again. I'm really glad that your Instagram Live's working now.
Yeah.
So thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you go over and follow Nick. He's an amazing dude. He's my brother, obviously. He's part of the family, so he's going to be an amazing dude. And yeah, if you've come over from Nick's side, come and follow us at I Don't Have Time to Work. We talk to business owners, entrepreneurs, and creators about how they got out of the 9-to-5, Monday to Friday rat race. Nick, before we do leave you, one piece of advice for anyone who is ready to take the jump but hasn't taken the jump yet.
Just fucking do it.
That's always the fucking answer. That's always the answer.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And think longevity. Long game, everyone.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Nick. Peace out. Get some rest, man.
All
right.
Catch you, bro. Love ya.
See you, bro. Love you too.
All right, last up, another bit of a road trip. I thought I'd drop in a special guest. My wife came along with me to the Aroma Chocolate and Coffee Festival in Maitland. Maitland's not far from me, and I love chocolate and coffee, so I decided to go along to it. And yeah, because my wife is such a huge inspiration to me, I put her in an episode a few weeks ago. And if you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below. And I decided that we'd go out and I'd show you a little bit of what we do on the weekends when we've got a bit of spare time, which is just hang out and eat food and drink coffee, basically. Yeah, so there's that.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to.
There it is.
I like to. I like to love you every day.
Go and get some coffee.
I like to love you. I like to love you. If I may. I like to love you. I like to love you.
All right, guys, that's it. Another week. Another I Don't Have Time to Work podcast, vlogcast, whatever you want to call it. Thank you so much for checking it out. Thank you for lasting this long. This is 10 episodes now, so it's been really, really cool. We've all learnt so much, and we're really happy to have you a part of our community. If you want, make sure that you subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when our videos come out. Go to our Instagram, go to our Facebook, go to our Twitter, go to our Twitch. They'll all be linked below. And we'll see you next week. We've got so many cool guests coming up in the next coming weeks, so you definitely want to be subscribed. Peace!